I guess I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the old GoPro, and then we're gonna go ahead and see what we can do about this guy right here. So let's get started. Alright guys, well it is nightfall now, and you know what, I was kind of just fiddle-futzing, and I kind of got some of the stuff torn down. You know, I got the front of the pulley torn off. I hadn't torn off the harmonic balancer yet. I was just kind of looking into this thing. He's got some pretty good parts going on in here, but back here a little earlier, I don't know if you can see that, I saw a little gleep of like oil in here. It's drying out, doesn't want to do it now, but you know, I saw that, and you know, the more I take off of this engine, the more stuff I want to take off of this motor, because I want to see how far this goes. And then I ended up talking to him, and he was saying that, oh, there was a timing chain cover stuff, and there was just stuff on top of stuff. And in the end, this motor would probably need a complete and total like rebuild, or you know, because with all the oil leaking from the oil leaking, he was driving it for a good time, for a good amount of time with a lot of oil leaking. So it makes me wonder if things weren't properly oiled in there, scoring. You know, really, how long will this motor last with just, you know, changing some gaskets and trying to fix an oil leak? And I'm not even 100% sure where the oil leak is even coming from. I mean, it definitely looks like, you know, the biggest problem is here at the oil pan, and then that oil pan's bad, and just a lot of stuff back and forth with this vehicle. And then you know, yeah, just a lot of stuff back and forth with this vehicle. And you know, so I talked to him about it. I was like, you know, this engine is gonna be, you know, you're gonna have to tear this thing down pretty far in order to make sure it's gonna be right for adding boost. You know, things change under boost when it comes to an engine. You gotta make sure everything's just right if it's gonna last. But then he was telling me that he kind of wanted me to get this done before the end of the summer so he can enjoy it a little bit, because he's gonna rip this motor out anyway. The motor he's gonna put in it, well, he's gonna put a Marauder motor in there, which is a 4.6. They're really sought after. They make a ton of power, and that's what he was going to do. And I'm like, well, why are you spending your money doing this? Why don't we just go ahead and take the Marauder motor out, which I do have a Marauder, and then just go ahead and just go ahead and yank that thing, and then you can send it to your guy to build, and then sell this motor and recoup some of the money. He's also gonna sell the transmissions, and you know, so it would take a huge weight off of me for him to get that done. That way I can get under the sheets of this thing here, get under the hood of this thing, and start prepping it for the Marauder motor. So that's the new plan. So this motor is not gonna go back in this car. He's gonna get another motor that's gonna go in there. I've done a significant amount of teardown, and you know, and then just decided, and then so he just decided that he's gonna do that. So hey, it is what it is. You know, it kind of sucks because that means this car's gonna be in the shop maybe longer. But who am I kidding? The shop, this car was gonna stay in the shop for a good long while anyway. So I don't know, but I'm gonna do what I think is best. What I think is best is cleaning up what I have here, boxing everything up, getting this motor ready to go back to his house because I gotta get it out of here. I gotta free up this. I have to free up this space here. I mean this engine stand here, because it seems like the Marauder motor may or may not go on it. Has to go on one of the project car motor has to go on one of these, and also I need a little bit of space for the other the other Z motor. because I gotta rip that thing out of there, and you know, because that car's just gonna get parted out to recoup some more money. So I don't know, it's a lot. It's just so much going on. I keep putting myself in these positions, and I need to like stop. But I guess Take a G's gonna come back, and as soon as we get parts for this thing will clear some room. This thing will be out of here hopefully by next week. My Z should have its AC lines on there. This car, hopefully before I get this car here, the Mustang, hopefully before I get to before Honda Day, which I do want to go to Honda Day. This one should be at least cleaned, prepped, engine bay painted, wire harness yanked out, getting ready to accept this stuff from the Marauder. It's just so much. Things keep changing, and so I'm gonna go ahead and stick to one plan and get all this stuff done. And hopefully by the time winter comes around, I'll be working on Pedro. And my poor project car is just gonna be on the back burner just for a little while longer, because things just keep rolling on around here. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up, and yeah, just that's it. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this stuff up, get this stuff ready for him to come pick up, and clear this area out, and then that'll be it for that. So that's what I'm gonna do. See you in a bit. Alright guys, so I came back out. I didn't know what I was gonna do at first. I was bitching and moaning, as you heard before, about this motor, and I started putting stuff back on it, and then I thought, what the heck am I doing? I got a little scared because I saw that little leak on the back of the head gasket. Or maybe it was just me thinking like, maybe I don't really want to do this. Screw that. This motor's getting torn down, and I can't stop messing. I can't stop just because I got scared, because now it was a whole nother motor thing. We already know this one fits. We already have all the parts for it. The transmission is here. There's no reason in the world why I can't knock this out. I was just being a baby about it, and I got to man up, and I got to knock this out. So that's what I'm going to do. You're going on a time lapse for it though. See you in a bit. Oh, and another thing, brutally honest, just to be brutally honest, I can't have this car sitting in my shop for that much longer. It can't sit in here waiting for another motor swap. I just don't. There's no way. There's no way. It's been in here too long as it is. I've had, and there's not enough. There's just not enough room, because the Jeep needs to get done. My project car needs to get done. This car cannot sit in here long enough for. This car can't sit in here waiting for another swap or anything like that. This thing's got to get torn down. It's got to get looked over. Hopefully there's nothing significantly wrong with it, and then it can be rebuilt, cleaned up. Then that can be, then the engine bay can be cleaned up and painted, and this thing can go back in. So I'm shooting for a month on this thing. I'm going to try my best, and I'm starting it tonight, so I gotta go. So going on time lapse. Alright guys, so I got this side broken down. And actually the pistons don't look that bad. The walls don't look bad. They don't look really scored or anything. Just some carbon buildup. And you know, maybe just a cleanup in there, and I think that'll be fine. However, the cylinder head doesn't seem like it was on very tight. It was very easy to take off. The bolts are very easy to remove. But what I've been looking in here for is any indication of like a blown head gasket or anything. And honestly, it looks okay. There's stuff going on in here. There's like bugs and stuff flying around hitting the walls. But yeah, they actually look okay. It doesn't look like there's anything really wrong with this head gasket. I don't see anything really that messed up about it. So that's a good thing. I think this engine is pretty darn healthy so far. But the side that concerned me was this one. So I'm going to continue tearing this side down and see what we got. And if everything looks good, then we can just go ahead and just clean the motor up. Now what I also found was there's a little slack in this chain right here. The slack was on the other side before, but I turned this a little bit and then the slack went over here. But I don't know. So actually I don't know. It looks good so far. Oh, one last thing. There was some oil on the threads of this bolt right here. And that kind of concerned me, but I Googled it. And actually from the factory, you're supposed to put a little bit of RTV on there or some thread sealer or something on there. And that's supposed to keep it. Because you can see from here that there's oil coming out of the crank. And actually that's normal. You're just supposed to put a little RTV on the threads. And you're supposed to put a little RTV on the key. And you're supposed to put on the back side for the bolt. So that looks alright. It does look like a little oily around here. So I'm just thinking just a little bit of cleanup, re-gasket everything, put some sealer on some stuff that's supposed to be on, torque these to the correct torque spec, which I don't know if they were or not. They were just so easy to take off. Keep everything in order like I have here. And as you see, I kept everything together as it came off. I labeled it, and that way everything goes right back the way I found it. Cylinder head, it probably just needs a clean up. Just clean this cylinder head up. I don't think it needs anything else. Just make sure everything's clean. Now here's another thing. This thing was definitely running really rich, because these things are really just really caked up with a lot of carbon. You know, there's some tricks to use to see if it leaks or not, but we'll just clean that up as well. Just clean all those, clean the surfaces up, and I think we're on our way. I think this is actually going to be pretty successful. Hopefully I don't speak too soon, because I got to do the other side. So let me do that. We'll see what it looks like, and then I'm gonna grab grab like a plastic bag or something, and I'm gonna cover this up for the night. guys, well, I've torn this thing down. I want to wait till tomorrow morning before I start on the oil pan. So that's it for now. I got everything in order where it should be. I didn't see any significant damage, which is really good. I looked at both sides of this thing, and you know what? It just looks like a little bit of carbon buildup. I think I should just clean that off. Put some metal head gaskets on this thing, and we can be ready for some boost. You know what? I can't really say anything. I think I haven't found anything significant on here. Nothing ramming into the pistons. The only thing I thought that felt a little weird was just how easily the bolts came off from the cylinder heads, but I mean, you know, it looks fine. Once I take the oil pan off, and I can look at the rotating assembly, make sure nothing looks weird under there. I'm not going to take any pistons or anything out. If it looks good from underneath, from where I'm seeing, I'm just going to keep it going. I don't think I need to go as far as bearings or anything. Everything else looks so good. I don't understand why the bearings would actually look bad. So I'm going to go ahead and spray some WD-40 on some of this stuff to make sure it doesn't rust up, and then throw a bag on it, and I'm done. So I'll come back tomorrow. We'll go ahead and take the oil pan off, and then we'll look under there. But just in case I don't do that tomorrow, I'm going to end this video right here. So you guys take it easy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Wrench Trench out.